Hey everyone, Beth here. So I wanted to do a little video today about how you can do some yoga stretches if you are chair bound. One of my students has got in touch because she's gone away on holiday and unfortunately had a bit of an accident. And so she's temporarily in a wheelchair. And she messaged me to ask me if I could do a little video with some stretches that she could do to limber up her spine, release any shoulder tension, work on the wrists and the arm strength, and basically what she could do if she can't really get out of a chair. So I thought I'd put this little video together as it might be helpful for anyone else who's in a similar position, or if you are working at a desk and you just want to have a little bit of a stretch midway through the day. Okay, so sitting nice and upright. And we're going to do a little bit of pelvic rocks to start. So hands onto the hips, and we're just going to tilt and tuck the pelvis a little bit. And rather than initiating the movement from the lower back, let's think about initiating it from the sit bones. So feel the sit bones resting on your chair and whatever you're sitting on. And we've got this sort of flaring apart of the sit bones as you tilt the pelvis forward, and we've got this shining of the sit bones together as you tuck under. So just kind of feel this pivoting action on the sit bones and how they move when you're sort of tucking under and tilting the pelvis. And then see how that feels up through the spine. So when we move the pelvis, obviously that movement refers all the way up through the spinal column as well. So sort of exploring that movement, getting some synovial fluid flowing up through the spine, lubricating the spine, and really helping with joint mobility and also circulation. Okay, so finding that midpoint now where let's take the pelvic rocks a tiny bit smaller. So we're just kind of a millimeter forward and back with the pelvis. And settling into a stillness, so finding your neutral position with your spine, where we've got these natural curves of the spine in alignment. We've got the backward curve of the sacrum, slight forward curve of the lower back, and then this backward curve of the mid to upper back, slight forward curve of the neck, and then the head just resting on top of the spine. Let's rest the hands onto the thighs for a moment, closing the eyes, and just sensing that lovely integrity of the spine. This sense of length, this sense of grounding down through the sit bones, down into whatever you're sitting on, and imagine the sit bones like sort of roots of a tree planting down into the earth, spreading downwards, that pull of gravity grounding us. And then at the same time, we have this upward lift through the spine, leading through the crown of the head. Just take a couple more breaths, just sensing the body in space, sensing the breath. Good, and then opening the eyes. So we're going to raise the left hand and we're going to place it onto the right shoulder, and we're going to start to massage the right shoulder. So you can kind of go as hard or as soft as you like here. You can just make it a sort of brushing movement, really nice and soft, or you can use the fingers to get into any areas of tension there, and exploring the back of the shoulder, so above the collarbone, above the shoulder blade rather, and then round to the side, and then above the collarbone, just kind of finding where might feel a little bit tense today, massaging into that. And then see if you can find a particularly tight spot and then just pressing into it with the fingers. So any bit that feels particularly tense, press into it gently, and then just see if you can lift the shoulder up and then drop it. And then we'll do that a few times. So lifting and dropping, and again lifting and dropping. Lovely. And hopefully that should feel a little bit more easeful. But let's take the right hand now onto the left shoulder, and we'll do the same on the left side. This definitely feels like my tightest side today. So kind of exploring, again, you can go as light or as firm as you want to here. You can do kind of circular movements or just whatever feels good. I'm feeling the top of my shoulder blade a little bit tight today, but you can kind of go up to the neck and out to the shoulder, and then maybe around the top of the collarbone. And then finding that area that feels a little bit tight. Let's lift on the in-breath, exhale, drop. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in, exhale, drop. And 1 more time. And exhale, drop. Lovely, okay. And then place the left hand now onto the left side of the neck. And we'll get into the neck. I quite like using the knuckles here lightly, just to kind of explore any tension into the neck. And again, lots of areas to cover, right? So just exploring that. going right up to the base of the skull. And then again, finding a position, finding a spot that feels particularly tight perhaps. And then we're going to do some head circles. So taking the head around the neck whilst pressing in a little bit, maybe with the fingers or the knuckles. And then we'll go the other way with the head. Good. All right, and then bringing the head back up. Let's go to the other side. So knuckles or fingertips, and just kind of gently working into any tension there, working into any tight spots, kneading gently, kind of finding any bits that might feel a little bit tight. And then again, holding into any particular tight spot and rolling the head. And if you feel you're not really getting it, you can always move and find another tight spot. Move the position of the fingers or the knuckles. Let's go the other way. Really love this as a way to release tension into the neck. Okay, great. And then coming back to center, resting the hands down. And let's just take the head side to side. Maybe some neck circles. Maybe even doing just half circles if you don't want to take the head all the way back. Good. And then coming forward and up with the head. Lovely. Okay. Now we're going to work into the shoulders a little bit. Bring the hands forward. We're going to take one arm forward, one arm back, massaging into the shoulder blades, right? So getting kind of this like freeing up of tension, we're not just thinking about the movement here, like what's happening in the arm bone into the socket, but more about the back body. Really pay attention to the shoulder blades. Can you get one sliding forward as the other one comes back? Good. And then maybe starting to take the arms up. And then you can just kind of freestyle it really, like let the elbows bend, finding kind of the movement in the shoulder blades coming up and down. I feel suddenly that I'm at a rave. And then take the arms out. So yeah, you can just kind of find the movement that feels really good for you in the shoulders here. Good, lovely. Okay, great. And then coming down. Let's take a lateral stretch here. We're going to place the right hand down, maybe onto the side of the chair. Breathing in, take the left arm up, find the stretch in the side body, and exhale, coming over, turning the chest up, and then breathing in, coming up, hand comes down, other side. Breathing in, reaching up, exhale, coming over, grounding that right sit bone down, breathing in, coming up, exhale, coming down. Let's do that one more time on either side. Breathing in, reaching up nice and tall, exhale, coming over. Keep that left sit bone grounded, so both sit bones down equally. Breathing in, coming up, exhale, hand comes down, and we'll do one more on the other side. Breathing in, reaching up, exhale, coming over. Soften the shoulders, maybe turning the gaze up. Keep that right sit bone down, and then breathe in, coming up, exhale, hand comes down. Let's place the hands now on the knees, so swapping over, so we're crossing the arms. Breathing in, we're going to open the chest. Tilt the pelvis forward as you open, find that expanse across the front of the chest, and then exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin, and tuck the pelvis under. Breathing in, opening out again. Finding this lovely stretch, this flexion in the spine, or extension in the spine. Exhale, coming forward, swapping the arms each time, so other arm on top. Breathing in, opening out. Deep breath in and then exhale, finding that flexion, that rounding, taking under with the chin and the pelvis. And again. And then exhale, coming forward, rounding. And then bringing the spine upright. And we're going to take a twist now. We're going to take the left arm back, breathing in, reach back, right hand pressing on the leg. Exhale, coming forward, rounding the spine again. Draw the pelvis into a tucked position, draw the belly back. Breathing in, other arm, reaching tall through the spine as you reach back. Exhale, coming forward. And again, left arm, breathing in. Press the hand against the leg to sort of help lever yourself around. Exhale, coming forward. One more time. Sit nice and tall as you reach back. Exhale, coming forward. And then bring the spine up to an upright position. So I want to do some work with the triceps here. Obviously, if this feels too much, just skip it. So skip anything that feels too much. But if you feel comfortable taking the weight into the hands, so you can have the hands on the edge of the chair, and you're going to come forward, lifting, so taking your bottom forward a little bit. And we're going to bend the elbows back as we lower, and then we're going to press up. So working the triceps here. great thing to do to get the arms fired up if you're at a chair. Really, really simple. You don't need to you don't need any special equipment for this. You don't need to have a mat. Really good thing to do is kind of anywhere you've got something you can use at that sort of chair height. Good. Keep going. I'm going to do another 3, 2, 1, and then sitting your bottom back onto the chair. Take a pause, have the hands on the thighs. Take a little moment, have a little break. And we're going to do another round of that. So if you're comfortable to bringing the feet a little bit further forward, scooching the bum to the end of the chair, hands onto the chair, and then taking the bottom forward, lowering down, elbows pointing straight back, coming up, going down. So making sure that you're feeling this in the triceps. We're keeping the shoulders sort of back and down as much as possible. Good. Really feeling this in the back of my arms now. Good. Let's do another 3, 2, and 1. Great. And then popping your bottom back onto the chair. Lovely. Take a moment of pause. Let's take the hands together, interlace fingers and thumbs, and we're going to roll the hands around the wrists. Good. And then we'll go the other way. And then we're going to take the arms out, breathing in, reaching up, palms come together above the head, and then down into prayer. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in. Exhale, hands coming down to prayer. 1 more time, breathing in. Exhale, coming down. And then interlacing fingers and thumbs again. And then we're going to breathe in, reach up nice and tall through the spine. And exhale, we're going to press the palms together, forward rather, tucking the chin, tucking the pelvis, finding that flexion in the spine again. And then breathing in, coming up. And then we're going to exhale, relax the shoulders down, just holding this stretch. So pressing the palms up, spread fingers and thumbs like you're kind of balancing a tray on top of the hands. Option to smile. Relaxing the shoulders down. Take a breath in. And exhale, release, coming out to the side. Lovely. Okay. So let's take a stretch now for the arms. We're going to take the left arm out to the side. We're going to turn the palm up, externally rotate the arm. Bring the arm up and bending the elbow. Let's place the hand down where that shoulder blade is. And then the other arm's going to come out. And then you're going to bend the elbow, then bend the shoulder. We're going to feed the arm around. And either holding onto the fingers together, the arms together, so like so, or using a strap. If you can't reach the hands together, use a strap, or even just a t-shirt you can use. Breathing there, relaxing the shoulders, finding the openness across the collarbones. Great, and then release. And then let's do the other side. So right arm coming out, turn the palm up, externally rotate the arm, coming up, bend the elbow, hand coming down to that shoulder blade, other arm coming out, bend the elbow, bend at the shoulder, relax the shoulders, open across the collarbones, breathe. So again, if you're using a strap, just working hands towards one another with the strap. Okay, and release. Lovely, good. Rolling the shoulders, doing a little bit of hunch and release. So breathing in to hunch, exhale to release, and one more time. Okay, we're going to do one more thing before we sort of stretch out the hips. So we're going to do a core exercise. I'm going to turn my chair around so I can show you what I'm doing. So you're going to be on the edge of the chair, and we're going to start to work the core a little bit here. Just see how you go. You want to try and keep the spine in neutral, so we don't want any rounding of the lower back and collapsing. You want to keep the spine nice and long. And we're just going to lift 1 foot off the floor, leaning back with the body. So like I say, we don't want to be rounding the lower back. Keep the spine in neutral. And what you should be feeling is, I'm already feeling those low belly muscles engaging. If you'd like to, you can bring the other foot up as well. Okay, so this is tough, right? It looks so simple, but is quite strong on the core. So breathing here, maybe the arms coming forward. Or if you need to use the hands onto the chair, that's fine. You can do that too. But sort of the more you lean back, the more you find your neutral and the lift through the chest, the tougher this is for the core. I'm just going to hold for another couple of breaths. And then placing the feet down. Okay, taking a little bit of a rest, taking a breath, maybe doing some spinal movements. And if you need to massage the quads as well, if it feels any tightness in the hip flexors, you can always massage where it needs to be. And then we'll come into another round of that. So leaning back, lifting one foot and then the other foot. Squeeze the legs together. And then maybe lifting a little bit higher, leaning back a little bit more. Breathing. So like this is kind of like boat pose in a chair, right? So really fun variation of boat. And you can do it anywhere. Like I said, you don't need a mat. You don't need any special props. Maybe lifting the feet a little bit higher. Ooh, really feeling the core there. Breathing, lifting the chest. Take another breath in. And exhale, lowering down. Okay, oh, really feeling that not only in my core, but also the hip flexors. So doing a little bit of massaging for the hip flexors, kind of getting the fingertips into the hip flexors. I'll turn myself around again. So feeling that kind of, any tension there, just kind of giving it a bit of a massage. And then the quads as well. Great, okay. And then having kind of knees a little bit side to side. All right, and one final stretch I thought might be good if this is possible, but if not, then do feel free to just skip it. But if you want to try figure four on a chair, so left foot, or my right foot rather, if you're mirroring me, right foot on the left thigh, and you might even just get something there. You might not even need to hinge the spine forward. You might be happy just staying upright. If you want to take the body forward, you can deepen the stretch that way. But try to maintain this nice length in the spine, relax the shoulders, relax the face. Good, and then release, and then we'll do the other side. So getting into the outer hips here, certainly feeling that in my glutes. And one side might be tighter than the other, that's quite common. Allowing yourself to drop forward any amount without rounding the lower back. So keep the spine nice and long, keep the front body open. One more breath. And exhale, coming up. Lovely, releasing the foot down, doing any movements from side to side with the knees that feel helpful. And then we'll just take a moment, closing the eyes, sitting well. So we've got this lovely, tall, long, strong spine, strong and flexible spine. Relaxing the shoulders down, relaxing any tension around the eyes, the forehead, between the eyebrows. Letting the cheeks relax, letting the jaw soften, the tongue. Letting yourself settle into a stillness here. Letting the body relax. And letting the breath come to a nice easy rhythm. Breathing in. Whole body breathes in. And exhale, whole body breathes out. So imagining that breath flooding through the body, down through the arms to the hands, the fingers and thumbs. Exhaling, letting go of the breath. And all the way down through the legs as well. So breathing in the whole body, all the way down through the legs, to the feet, the toes. Exhale, softening into a space of relaxation. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like, but I'm going to leave you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.